This is a crime, and a crime that's super important because it's relatively new, and I think prosecutors didn't really know how to charge it, and I believe what you guys are doing, almost training prosecution how to charge this type of crime. Tell us about the crime and tell us what you guys are, what the initiative that you're bringing to law enforcement.
So last year, there were 36 million tips called in. Just get your head around that number. 36 million in a year, 3 million a month on average. Tips called in to DHS and other federal agencies reporting that their children had been targeted by online predators. So these would be pedophiles, predators, people that are the scum of the earth, and they're from all over the planet coming in at our kids. And the way they're doing it is through social media apps primarily. So Instagram, TikTok, WhatsApp. I mean, you could keep going, all of them pretty much. Anywhere where there's a way to dialogue with a kid, that's where they're coming. They're showing themselves to be the age of that kid, and then they become friends with that kid, and then they lower the boom. And the boom could mean anything from financially extorting them, like, hey, take pictures of your parents' credit cards and send them to me, or sextortion, which is a unfortunate word I've learned, which is tell the kid that if you don't send naked pictures of yourself to me, I'm going to kill your whole family. That's one story that I learned about. And then they can tell the kid where their family is because they've cross-referenced their social media page to their parents' social media on Facebook or somewhere else, and they've been able to actually geo-target where that kid is. So the threat is so massive that I reached out to DHS on my own. I didn't know anybody there. I know Secretary Noem, but I just called the local DHS here in the state of Tennessee, and I said, hey, you guys have this incredible thing called Know to Protect. It's a 60-minute seminar. Why don't we do a live stream together at my house more conversationally, and let's put it on X. Let's just put it out there where anybody and everybody can see this, because right now DHS is going to schools and they're going to churches and things like that, which is great. But 36 million, Eric, 36 million. We needed millions of people to see this. So I hosted the live stream a couple of weeks ago at John Rich on X. It's now in the multi-millions of views. People are now showing that actually at their schools and at their churches. Daily, I get people hitting me up going, hey, we just watched the live stream at our church or at our school. So I would urge people to go check it out.
And not only that, John, you're enabling law enforcement to really target this and say enough is enough and go after some of the perpetrators of this. Whereas it's one of those crimes. And the reason why I bring this up is I think today or over the last couple of days, there was an initiative for Take It Down Act to move forward with the First Lady, which is similar, right? So there's AI, these videos basically taking regular kids in school and putting them on top of AI-generated graphic sexual content. Well, now these things, what you're doing and Take It Down Act, are allowing prosecutors to really go after these people, and they are criminals, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, I consider them to be unfixable people. And anybody that sexually targets kids are unfixable. I mean, they just are. What you're going to see in this live stream, if you're a parent or you're a guardian or even if you're a teenager, what you're going to get out of that live stream are step-by-step instructions that are very simple that any parent can do, even if you're not tech savvy, like I'm not tech savvy. 3 or 4 things that you can do with their phone, with their laptop, that will shield them from these predators. As simple as turning off location services on your camera app, meaning when they post a picture, it doesn't show exactly where they were when they took it and what time, or setting it to private. You know, I learned through that live stream with the DHS agent that when a predator is combing through social media and they run across a kid who's, let's say they're on Instagram, and it says set to private, they consider that to be a hard target, just like in the military. And so they just move on, and they'll go find a kid that's not set to private, and then they'll go after that kid. This has resulted in countless suicides among young people in our country, because when that material on them is either, 1, given to them by the kid themselves under duress, or 2, what you said, taking AI programs, taking an innocent picture of a kid and turning it into pornographic material, then they'll send that back to the kid and say, you do X, Y, Z, or I'm going to post this everywhere. Oh, by the way, I know who all your followers are, and I'm going to tag them all in it. Kids wind up actually killing themselves over this. I mean, it is. I'm glad to see the Take It Down Act got passed. Melania Trump spearheaded that. On my end, I'm one guy, But I thought if we can turn on millions of parents to these step-by-step instructions, at least maybe we can start to shrink the 36 million tips coming in every year. It's easy to share it. Go watch it yourself. Send it to everybody that you know. I know myself, there was 3 or 4 things, Eric, that I immediately did after I learned what I learned. I went to my 2 sons' phones and changed the settings and made sure they were not set to anything where a bad guy could get to them.
John, I think a lot of parents watching right now need to hear it from you. They probably heard it from other people. They hear it from John Rich. Don't be their friend. It's something like this. Stop trying to be their friend. Be a parent. It'll matter down the road. I'll let you take it.
Yeah, well, they can still have social media. Mine don't. But if your kids have social media, you just set it to private. And basically what that means is that if someone wants to follow them, they have to make a request. And then you can ask your kid, hey, somebody just made a request. Do you know this person? And they may say, oh, yeah, that's Jimmy. He's in science class with me. He's fine. But then they get another request. They go, do you know who this is? They go, no, I have no idea who that is. Block. You don't let them in because that's probably a predator trying to get in there. Listen, there's nothing a parent wouldn't do to keep a child predator from coming in their house in the middle of the night and stealing one of their kids. I mean, we would do anything it took to keep that from happening. But we're letting them come into our homes through our devices every single day, apparently to the tune of 36 million. That's just how many tips were sent in. That's not how many times it happened. That's how many tips were actually sent in. So this is, I would say, the biggest problem, the biggest threat that American kids have today is cyber predators. Watch that live stream at John Rich on X. Just hit play. Get your families around it. We edited it so that it is okay for kids 6th grade and up to be able to watch this.
Mm-hmm. You say the very, very simple tip line, 1-800-CALL-FBI. Very easy to do. I'm guessing your numbers are going to go way up. Unfortunately, it's so prevalent.
Yeah, well, we have to do what we have to do. I mean, listen, I think educating parents is the absolute best way to get those numbers down. There's so many bad guys. The way the DHS described it, they said it's like throwing a snowball at a mountain. That's how big it is. And they're doing everything they can, but regular citizens have to do what we can too. And for me, that was doing a live stream with DHS. It is extremely interesting. It is disturbing as a parent to see what you're going to see and hear about this. You're going to go, what in the world did I just hear? It's going to shock you. But that's the point, because you need to understand this is not a game. These people are after our kids. They'll stop at nothing to get to them. So we have to throw those walls up and make sure they can't get in.
Yeah.